ba yun? Sample number 2, ano ba yun? 246.78. So, 246.78 kilonewton meter. Now, so we know that our beam has a span, sorry for that, has a span of 6 meters. Ito yun, no? 6 meters. Ayan. And our dead load is 21.6 kilonewton meter. So if you notice here, wala siya naghatag, no? If the beam is a simply supported beam or a fixed beam or whatever beam it is. But take note, no? If the beam is singly reinforced beam, mostly it is a simply supported beam. Okay? Kaya singly reinforced man siya, di ba? Pag singly reinforced yung reinforcement natin is naalang sa tension side. No? Although natay compression side, but we don't need reinforcement at the compression side. So ang kailangan lang ng reinforcement is only at the tensile side. So meaning mura na siya og simple supported beam. Di ba? Ang simple supported beam natin ingon ani ang moment diagram is ana lang, which is positive. So meaning we only need tensile reinforcement. We don't need the compression reinforcement. So in this case, we are going to assume that the beam is a simply supported beam. So that means our maximum moment becomes WL square over 8. Okay? And from that, we solve for our ultimate load, that is 246, or ultimate load na to, that is at 8 mu over L square. So, ayan. So, 8 times 246.78 divided by span niya 6 square na rin tayo load or ultimate load. 8246 divided by 6 square, 54.84 kilonewton per cubic meter. And from this load, ato rin siya i-convert sa ato ang load combo na 1.2 of dead load plus 1.6 of our live load. So meaning we already have our dead load nga 21.6. So ang atong makuha diri karon is the live load, no? So 1.2 times 21.6 as our dead load and 1.6 times live load. So meaning we will have now our live load, which is equal to 54.84 minus 1.2 times 21.6 divided by 1.6, that is 18.07 kilonewton meter. Okay, so this would be our live load. Ayan. So any question, clarification with regards to problem number 3? Problem number 3, question number 3. Okay, so if none, then let us continue. So please continue for problem number 2. Okay, ayan. So problem number 2. I think this is almost the same with problem number 1. So ayan. So a rectangular concrete beam has a width of 250 mm and a total depth of 450. And it is reinforced with a total steel area of 1,875 m squared, placed at an effective depth of 375. So at least ito given, no? Given ang atong effective depth. FC prime 27.6 and Fy is 414.7. So if you notice here, sir, ano man nga ang atong gigamit is Fy if y naman siya largo. So again, it is assumed that the steel is yielding. So that is why Fy here is simply equal to Fy. So the first requirement is depth of the compression block. So ito yung formula from the strain or the force diagram. So we have the tensile force is simply equal to the compression force. So T is simply equal to C, ESFY is simply equal to 0.85 SC prime AB. So ES is 1,875. If Y is 414.7, 0.85 to 7.6 for our FC prime, A times the 250 depth of our width of our beam. So we will have a depth of compression block of 132.58. Okay. Now, before we say that this answer is correct, we need to check. We need to check first the steel if it is really yielding. Otherwise, this solution is invalid. No? So to do that, we solve for the C. Ito yung C natin. Ayan. That is A is simply equal to the beta 1 times C. By the way, yung beta 1 natin dito is 0.85 because FC prime is lesser than 28 megapascal. So automatically, beta 1 is 0.85. Okay? So the C high here, or the depth of the neutral axis is 155.98. So meaning we can now solve for our actual strain using our strain diagram. So ito yun, this triangle is to this triangle, this triangle is to this triangle. So magiging C over 0.003 is simply equal to the strain over 375 minus the C. Now wherein allow me to use automatically the value of our C, derived value of C, 155.98. Yan. Ito din, 155.98. So, meaning we will have an actual strain of equal to, allow me to solve it first. I think I have mali ang ako ang nabali. Sorry for that. So, dapat magbabaw ang atong 0.003. Okay, strain over depth pa dapat. So, this is 0.003 divided by the C na 155.98. Okay, so by the way, ito, itong triangle, similar triangles, this triangle over this triangle. So, 0.003 divide 155.98 times 375 minus 155.98. So, natay 0.00421. So, this would be our actual strain. This would be our actual strain. Ang atong yield strain, EY, is simply Y over ES. So, that means 414.7 divided by our ES na 200,000. So, it will have a value of 0.002735. 20735. So that means this is lesser than the actual. Therefore, our steel really yields. So in other words, this solution here is valid. We don't need to change this one. Okay? So, meaning answer for number 1, the depth of the compression block becomes 132.58 mm. Alright? Okay. So, ayan. So, ito yun. Actually, gisolve na ready rin. Nag-solve pa taga-2. Ayan. So, ito yan. And then, for the next, moment, determine the moment capacity reduction factor. So, yung reduction factor na ganito. No? So, if you notice, our actual strain is 0.002125. Ito yun, di ba? Ito yung actual strain natin. This is greater than 0.002 but less than 0.005. So that means na siya diri transition zone. So take note, no, kapag yung ating actual strain is lesser than 0.002, then we are going to use a reduction factor of 0.65. No? Ito, kapag nandito yung ating actual strain, lesser than 0.002, that is compression controlled. No? That means our reduction factor is 0.65. No? But if the actual strain is greater than 0.005, yung magiging reduction factor is 0.9, we call it as a tension controlled zone. No? And but here this is lesser than 0.005 but greater than 0.002, that means nandito tayo sa transition zone. Wherein yung formula ng reduction factor natin is ito. Okay? 0.65 yung actual strain minus 0.002 to 50 divided by 3, meron tayong reduction factor na 0.834. Alright? So, from the reduction factor, we are going to solve for the live load. But before we solve for the live load, we need to solve first the moment capacity so that we can equate the moment capacity into the load and solve for the live load. So, in this case, natay determine the safe live load that the beam could carry in addition to a dead load of 220 kilonewton meter. So, dead load, no? Na natay given nga dead load. So, ang kwaon lang nato is only the live load. So, we solve first our moment, ultimate moment. So, in this case, ato na siyang gibutangan ang reduction factor to make it ultimate moment. No? So, we have 0.834 ES given. No? And if Y, we know that the steel really yields. No? So, ito yung gagamitin natin. Effective depth minus the depth of compression block. Ayan, 132.58. Okay. Saan man to? Napasta. Divided by 2. So, we have an ultimate moment of 202 kilonewton meter. So, from our maximum moment of a singly supported beam, our load becomes 44.48 kilonewton for our number 3. Or the third question or number 3. Yes, do you have question, clarification? Question, clarification so far. Medyo break tagamay na para makapahulay. Ayan. So I think the first two problems that we discuss, I don't know if naba dito ang ato ang kuan. Let me check na. Let me check your rate number 2. Kung asa na to ma-apply. Aha. Itong number 1 na to, problem number 3, ang reference. Parang ito, ma-apply dito, problem number 2. Okay, so anyway, let us continue, no? Problem number 3. Sorry. So, problem number 3. Ayan. So, let me check. Ito, parang hindi nag-yield yung steel dito. So, reinforced concrete beam has a width of 300 mm and an effective depth of 410. The beam is reinforced for tension with a steel area of 3,690 mm square. Ayan. So, compute the actual tensile stress of the reinforcing bars, compute the total compressive force acting on the section, and compute the factor moment capacity of the beam. So, number one, compute the tensile stress of the reinforcing bar. So, if you notice here, if you notice from the problem, we already know that the steel does not yield. Okay? We already know that the steel does not yield. Ano naman, i-passive ang tawag tensile stress. Di ba? We solve for the actual tensile stress of the reinforcing bar. Di ba? Kung nag-yield unta ang atong steel, if our Fs is greater than Fy or our actual strength is greater than yung yield strength, that means our steel yields, we say that the actual tensile stress of the steel is simply equal to Fy. Diba? But in this case, we are ought to solve for the actual stress. No? That means, dili di ay siya equal. No? So, meaning from the question alone, it is a hint that the steel does not yield. No? Ito yun. Assume the steel does not yield. No? Because, again, no? Di pa solve man the actual. So, that's how we analyze kumbaga the problem. Okay? So, if we solve for the actual strain, so we draw the strain diagram. We already know the effective depth, that is 410. Ito yun. So, you can use the solution that I have presented, no? Or we can use this diagram. So, this um, triangular shape here is to this. So, we will equate that into 0.003 over C is simply equal to the actual strain divided by 410 minus C. So, ito yun, no? Ayan. So, yung actual strain natin, this is the formula, 4.003, 410 minus C over C. And we know that the actual stress is simply the strain times the strain times the Young's modulus of elasticity for steel. So, Fs becomes 600, 410 minus C. Actually, no, we already derived this formula. Ito yung actual stress simply equal to 600 D minus C over C. So, dira actually nga imo ning i-familiarize around dito na rin kadiri kaning formula. Right? I think I have shown this one as ato ang previous nga solution. So from this we have this particular formula and we know that our depth of compression block is simply equal to 0.85 FC or beta times C, and we know that the FC prime is 27.1, that is lesser than 28, so beta 1 is automatically equal to 0.85. So from this general equation, C is equal to T. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, no? That the A, we are going to equate it in terms of C, and then yung Fy natin magiging Fs, we are going to equate it in terms of C gyapon. Okay, so this is actually mo ni akong giingon ganina nga kung dili nimo i-assume nga nag-yield ay imong steel last time katong problem 1 and problem 2, mao ni imuhang solution nga agian only to find out that the Fs is greater than the Fy. Tendency is balik ra gyapon kadiri imo ni siyang isubstitutan og Fy. So medyo taas ang solution only to find out mabuo ra dayon tato siya. So mo ni akong pasabot kanina, no, sa solution sa problem 1 and problem 2. But in this case, no, we continue the solution and we derive a quadratic equation and solve for the C, which is equal to 247.42. Take note that this is a quadratic equation. It will give you two answer for the value of the C. No? Kung mo siya i-input sa calculator, you will have two values. Please make sure that you use the practical value of C. Okay, negative positive man yung lisod po negative imong gamiton nga value sa C, di ba? So C now becomes 247.43. From this value of C, imo dayon na siyang ibalik sa ato ang formula, itong formula na to to determine the actual value of our tensile stress. So if you notice here, the actual value of the tensile stress is 393.74, which is lesser than the Fy. In other words, the steel does not yield. The steel really does not yield. Okay? So ito yung magiging actual na actual stress or tensile stress ng ating steel. No? So meaning, we are not going to use Fy in this case, no? During a formula, we are not going to use Fy because the steel really does not yield, no? So wala pa naabot ang yielding point sa ang steel. So why use the yielding point where in fact the steel does not yield, no? So meaning the value of the Fs or the actual stress na 393.74, ito yung magagovern na stress ng ating steel instead of the Fy ng 404.7. Okay? Okay, so the second question is the question number 3, compute the total compressive force acting on the section. So C. So meron tayong formula dyan. So we already solved for the depth of the neutral axis C, and we solved for the depth of compression block. So 0.85 of the C, that is 210.32 millimeters. And we should keep that one sa ito ang formula. So 0.85 to 7.1 FC prime, 210.32. This is our depth of compression block. The width is 300. So we will have a value of 1,453.42 kilonewton. So yung value na ma-derive mo sa solution, you divide it by 1,000 to make it kilonewton. So this is now the compression force, 1,453.42 kilonewton. Okay? And the next, the factored moment capacity of the beam. So check whether this is compression controlled section. So meaning, ato sa i-check what is actually the actual strain of our steel. Actual strain. So from our diagram, yung diagram natin kanina, by ratio and proportion, actual strain is to the D, effective depth, minus the C. So ito yung maiiwan, 162.57 is to the strain of the concrete divided by the C, which is 247.42, 43. So actual strain is 00197. So if you notice here, the actual strain is lesser than 0.002, no? It is lesser than 0.002. That means it is a compression controlled condition. Compression controlled condition. So meaning in that case, instead of using 0.9 or instead of using the transition formula katong taas, automatically we use 0.65 as our reduction factor. So from the 0.65, we solved for the moment capacity, ultimate moment capacity, reduction factor, ES, ayan, and then actual strain, depth of effective depth, A over 2, we will have a moment capacity of 207.89 kilonewton. Now, question, what is the difference between the 0.65 and the tension controlled na 0.9? So if you notice, kung compression controlled ang section, we reduce the moment capacity by about 35%. No, kasi 100 minus 65%, that is 35%. Dako kayo ang ma-reduce imong moment capacity. No? Whereas kung tension controlled siya, you use a reduction factor of 0.9, you only reduce 10% of the nominal from the nominal moment capacity. We only reduce 10% of it. So meaning it is very good. It is advisable to have a tension controlled condition or section of our beam. Okay? Yan. So, first of all, ito, the beam is only 300 by effective depth of warranted. Ang daw kayo ng 3,690. So, meaning, ang una mag-fill ani is the concrete. So, kung ato na siya i-convert in terms of 25 mm or 20 mm rather, that is equal to 12 kabok. Imagine, 12 kabok yung reinforcement dire, 12 ka 20, dagan kayo. So, tendency, it becomes a compression control. Gamay tayo siya o capacity. So, morning, isahin ko damingon, daganon na to kabilya, daganon na to reinforcement para ligon. It doesn't bend like that. Hindi siya magpasabot ng dagang kabilya, ligon yung structure. Because tendency, it becomes a compression control section. It reduces actually its moment capacity. Alright? Okay. let me sapaw nga to ang kuan. Ayan. Okay. So that is how no those are the problems involving those are the problems involving analysis no analysis of singly reinforced beam. No? So let us now proceed sa kuan. Design of a singly reinforced beam. So the design of beams to resist a factored moment is made up of two parts. No, number one is we determine first the section. No, we determine first the width and the effective depth, which is governed to the section modulus, and of course we determine the amount of reinforcement. No? So kumbaga pabali siya. No? So kung analysis problem na to, the sections and the reinforcement are already given, and then we are going to solve for the moment capacity. For the design problem, it is otherwise. No, we are given with the load, the moment, no, the moment load or the load itself, and then we design the sections. No? We design the sections, and we determine the amount of reinforcement. Okay. So in this particular problem, the FC prime and the Fy or the compressive strength and the yield strength of our steel are already specified or given. Of course, now given siya tungod kay ikaw may magbuta na unsa ba ang design mix imong gamiton for the compressive strength or unsa ba ang grade sa imong reinforcement na gamiton or the grade 60, grade 40, grade 3, 4 year steel reinforcement. So, bali ikaw magbuot no, sa imong design strength. Okay. So, one procedure determining the required sections, yung described natin, involves choosing the steel ratio. Yeah. The steel ratio limits is Rumax and Rumen serve as a guide in selecting our actual steel ratio. And usually, the steel ratio is selected to be near the value of the minimum steel ratio for two main reasons. No? Anong duol man diri sa atong minimum? The first is a high steel ratio leads to a congestion of rebars, especially at the joints where the beams and columns rebars meet. So meaning kung dako kayo mo ang reinforcement nga gamiton, uh, ang pinaka problema ana niya is dili mo masulod, no? Dili mo masulod ay mga reinforcement ang given section. Or kung mo magaling masulod, sunsun kayo ang spacing tendency is dili mo lusot ay mga aggregates pagbuhos o marang dahilan o reason nali ang pau nali ang honeycomb. No? Secondly is the price of the steel in the Philippines is very high. So why use a steel ratio which is nearer the maximum steel ratio para need to make sure that the beam does not fail. Where in fact you can have a specific steel ratio which is near the minimum. It is the same, no? Safe siya, pero mas gamay yung magamit. So, meaning it reduces, no? You can reduce your steel, you can reduce the amount of steel that you use, then you reduce the economic value of your build, of your structure, no? So take note, no? However, lower steel ratios result to slightly bigger beam sections. So meaning, mas gamay steel ratio, mas dako-dako gamay jutay mga sections, no? Mga concrete section. But we don't care about that kaya mas brato man ang concrete kaysa sa steel. Okay? But for example, if you have a constraint, no? For example, the owner or the architect wants you to have this specific depth na sa imong beam kay tungod kay gusto siya nga yang headboard kanang yang floor to ceiling height is mo na siya. But in that case, wala kay choice but to adjust your steel ratio. No? And but if wala siya limitation, then best way is to have a steel ratio nearer the minimum so that you can have an economic design or economical design. So, I have here a formula. This is the derivation of some additional formulas that we are going to use. Ayan. the moment capacity is simply equal to the reduction factor Fc prime B d square omega. Yung omega naman na to, this is equal to the still ratio. Allow me to write it here. Omega is simply still ratio Fc prime over Fy. Times the quantity 1 minus 0.59 of omega. Okay, so let's have a sample problem, no? So a rectangular concrete beam has a simple span of 7.2 meters, which carries a dead load of 23.5 kilonewton meter and a live load of 16 kilonewton meters. So if you notice here, given ang atong load, no? Although given diri ang ato ang width, no? It has a width of 400 mm and a clear cover of 40 mm. No? So we use Fc prime 30 megapascal, that is greater than 28, so meaning beta 1 becomes 0.85 and the yield strength is 400 megapascal. So lucky for this problem because the still ratio is already given. So we have a still ratio of 0.008. We are given with a still ratio of 0.008. That means we need to use this still ratio. Use the reduction factor of 0.9. Of course, obviously, 0.9 ang reduction factor because the still ratio is 0.008. This is greater than 0.005. So, tension control ang section. So, we use reaction factor 0.9. So, compute the effective depth of the beam. Compute the number of 25 mm bars needed for tension reinforcement. Okay? Yan. So, solution. Ito yun. So, given the loads, we solve for the ultimate load, no? 1.2 dead load plus 1.6 of live load. 23.5 ang dead load, 16 so live load. So we will have a total load of or factored load of 53.8. So using the factored load, we solve for the moment, no? Factored moment. So WL square over 8. We will have a factored moment of 348.62 kilonewton meters. And then the reinforcement index, no? Ito yun, yung given na formula dito, or ito, no? Still ratio Fc prime over Fy. So, we will have this, 0.008, 400, no? Sorry for this, no? Bali ang akong formula. Nalipat ta dire. So, let me erase this one. Nabali. So, this is supposedly Fy over Fc prime. Okay. Anyway, ayan. So, we have a reinforcement index of 0.1065. Ayan. Now, yung coefficient of resistance natin, if you notice, itong formula na to, ito yon, no? Ayan. The coefficient of resistance. Ayan. Okay? Pero dito, actually, ang coefficient of resistance, R sub n, is just simply mu over reduction factor B d square. Okay? So, later on, ato na siyang i-manipulate niya. So, from this reinforcement, ito ba, new formula, no? Coefficient of resistance, we have Fc prime, reinforcement index, 1 minus 0.59 of the reinforcement index. We will have an Rn of 3.0. No? And then, from this, no? Yan, itong formula na to, this is the coefficient of resistance, R sub n. So, mu becomes reduction factor, P d square, R sub n. And then we multiply it, or we use it here. B d square is simply equal to mu over reduction factor all over Rn. We know that the R sub n is equal to 3. Reduction factor is 0.9. Given yung width natin, 400. And of course, the moment, no, is already solved with the value of 348.62 kilonewton meter. And we convert this one in terms of Newton millimeters. That's why we added 10 to the power of 6, no, for this one. No? So, meaning the D now becomes 568 mm. So, the good thing about the design problem is that you can adjust. No? You can adjust the given answer. Now, for example, 568. No? You can use either 568 570, 575, or in this case, the solution uses 580. The answer for this is not for workability. For example, gamit ka 568. Tendency it lisod kayo na siya i-measure in actual. Yung 2 mm na yan, na although you can measure it 2 mm, pero pag porma mo, wala pa sa for dili mo siya ma-achieve, dili mo siya mag-perfect yung 568. No? So that is why it is advisable that it should be a multiple of 50. In my case, no, I am using a section with a dimension multiple of 50. No? But in this case, gamit na niya is 580. So for example, kung ako mag-design ani, I am going to use 600. No? Kay multiple of 50 man, I cannot use 550. Kay ang requirement is 568 man. Kung gamit ng 550, medyo apiki na. No? Dili na siya safe. Kay dapat 568. No? So that is why if I'm going to design it, I am going to use 600. No? I am going to use, or I'm using a multiple of 50 para si carpenter pag porma dito sa actual dili na siya maglisod. Okay? And so same pa rin, no? You can use 570 if you want, no? But it should be greater than 568, no? Or for academic purposes, if you say, sir, I'm going to use 569 or 568, no? Yeah, so that's okay. That's fine with me. Anyway, that is actually the minimum requirement. No? Yeah, it's fine with me. No? Yeah, so meaning, in this case, it uses 580. So, yung total depth natin, ito yon, no? Total depth. Yan. 580. Bakit 50? So, parang ganito, no? Ito yung beam natin. Ito yung reinforcement. This is 25 mm. No? Given dito, 25 mm. Ito yung stirrups, 10 mm. Then, the clear cover is 40. So, meaning, kung meron kang stirrups dito, ayan, ito yung maging stirrups mo. Ito yung 10 mm, no? Sorry for that. This is the 10 mm. Ito, 40 ito. Ito yung clear cover na 40. Okay? Ayan. Ito naman, ito yung stirrups natin na 10. Diba yung effective depth natin is measured, pero single layer lang. So, measured here at the center of our reinforcement. Ayan. So, ito yung magiging effective depth, which is ito, 580. Diba? So, meaning, para makuha na to ang atong total depth, we need to add half of the diameter of the radius of our steel reinforcement, the main reinforcement, the diameter of our stirrups, and the clear cover. Kaya ito yon, na 50, that is 40 plus 10, and the 25 is half of our main reinforcement. So we will have a total depth of 542.5. So same pa rin, no? You need to adjust it to a specific condition wherein dali ra siya i-measure in actual. So in this case, nahimo siyang 650. So you can use 640 because the requirement is 642.5. No? So you can either use 645, it's up to you. But tendency is kung mag 645 ka, yung 5 mm na yan, no? It will be very difficult to achieve that one in actual construction. So meaning we ought to use 650, and meaning we need to revise our effective depth since we are using 650. So yung maging revised effective depth natin maging 587.6 mm. Okay? So meaning the effective depth becomes this value, 587.5. No? This is not 0.6. No? This is 0.5. So this would be our first answer. Now, question. Sir, what if mag-twist ingon ani? No? There's a tendency that they will have different values. Of course, no? Kaya depende man na pag-round nimo. For example, gamit ka og 660, not 650. Then you will have a different effective depth. No? But of course, that will be considered. No? It doesn't mean na kung unsa ning naa diri mo gini exact answer. Kay you are pag design problem, you are subject to changes in terms of the answers. No? So meaning depende na sa imong pag-adjust. No? But it doesn't mean imong adjustment taas pag kayo. No? For example, 568, sir, I'm going to use 700. No? It will be an economical. No? So it should be nearer the required effective depth. Okay? Yeah. So, but in most cases, I will specify what would be the multiple or what would be the adjustment that you need to do. So number of reinforcement, we already have our effective depth. So that means we can now solve our steel reinforcement area. So the steel ratio is 0.008. We have the width of 400 and effective depth derived at 507.5. So we will have a steel reinforcement of 1,880 and converting it to number of 25 mm diameter bar. So we have an area of 5/4 square and we will derive a value of 3.83. So of course, no, you cannot purchase a 0.83, di ba? Di mo ka makapalit og 83% lang sa kuang 25 mm na diameter bar. That is why we need to adjust it again, no, to 4, no. 3.83, adjust it to 4. You cannot say 3, no, kay the requirement is 3.83. It should be greater than 3.83. No? So that means we are going to use 4 in this manner. 3.83 say 4 ka 25 mm diameter bars. Okay? Question with regards to question problem number 4. You have clarification questions? Do you have any questions, guys, so far? Okay pa mo? Okay pa mo sa pagka-problems? O save na to sa last? Kaya pa? Na-absorb ba niyo tanan? Sobra? Mga silent mode man mo. Awa na si Tina. Okay, so anyway, ayan, so let us continue, no? I think this is the last problem. The good thing about these problems that I am presenting is that given ang ato ang still ratios, no, but there are in actual design, in actual design still ratios is not given, no? Still ratios are not given, so you are going to solve it first, no. It's either you are going to have it by means of using the maximum still ratio or in between the maximum and the minimum, and that's the time you decide whatever the still reinforcement that you are going to do, because sometimes the design, no, the design or the sections and the size of our reinforcement is also governed by the minimum spacing, no? Meron kasi tayong mga minimum spacing, no? For example, if you have a reinforcement in one row, yan, yung clear spacing dito, it should be greater than 25 mm. Diba? 25 mm. Kasi, it should be greater than 25 mm para pag buhos mo, mulusot ra nga to ang aggregates. Diba? For example, kung nakay steel area, nakuha na nimo ni, anya mo gamit kag 16, medyo daghan kaayo, that's the time you adjust it. You increase the number of the size of the reinforcement so that you will have a minimal amount of reinforcement in one row. So tendency medyo mulagyo na dayon na yung spacing. Pag dili gid kayo, dili na jud madala, that's the time you make it in 2 layer, ayan, or even 3 layers. No? Para sa dinana. Because we will have also a minimum spacing in this particular layer here. No? It should be 15 mm also. So yeah, so those are the influence, no? Those are the criteria, no? To whether how to use the sizes of our reinforcement, no? But good thing about this problem is that we already have a still ratios that are given, no? So example ito na, a fixed ended rectangular beam must support a uniform service dead load and live load of 220 kilonewton meter and 182.6 kilonewton meter. No? It has a span of 6 meters and FC prime 37.6, FY 14.7, and Ruby, that means row balance, no, is 0.038. No? So, still remember what is the formula for the row balance? Ayan, I hope you are still remember, no, yung balance natin. So compute the effective depth of the beam using a reinforcement index of 0.18. Compute for the flexural reinforcement at support and compute the flexural reinforcement at the midspan. So meaning yung beam natin dito is actually a fixed beam. No? So lain-lain kumbaga ang ato ang sections, no? Kung asa ang ato ang tensile zone and our compression zone. So of course, pag fixed beam ka, yung tensile zone mo at the support will be at the top, and at the midspan, yung tensile zone naman will be at the bottom. So ayan, so it is a fixed beam. No? Okay. So since it is a fixed beam, so we solve first our ultimate load. So 1.2 of dead load and 1.6 of the live load. So we will have a ultimate load or factor load of 556.2 kilonewton meter. So of course, no, yung mga formulas na to, ito yung magiging maximum formulas for fixed beams. No? Maximum negative moment, we will have WL square over 12, and for the positive moment naman, that is WL square over 24. Kumbaga, yung magiging configuration ng moment natin is parang ganito. Okay? So at the support, we will have maximum here is negative, and at the midspan, we will have a positive moment, no? Positive maximum moment. So meaning, kung ato bali ni siyang buhatan og section, at the support, the tensile zone is at the top fiber, while at the midspan, the tensile zone is at the bottom fiber. So meaning it should have a different approach, it should have a different values of our values of our moment capacity, because each of these sections will have different design. So meaning at the support will have different design, and at the midspan you have different design, because again they have different values of moment capacities. So from those formulas, no, we have a maximum negative of 1668.6 kilonewton meter, and at the midspan we will have 834.3 kilonewton meter. No? So these are now the answer for parang hindi. No? Wait for a while. Parang hindi natin na-attach yung yung effective depth natin. So wait for a while. Okay. So anyway, so these are now the supposedly moment ang gipangita ni effective depth, pero moment ra ang iyang solve. Why is it so? Wait for a while. Allow me to check it here. Parang kulang ato ang solution. This is at the midspan. Effective depth. Okay, so sorry for that. No? Actually, we cannot solve yet, no, the effective depth, because we ought to solve first the dimensions. No? What happened to this problem? This is actually a board exam problem. Is that yung effective depth na to is given. In other words, given yung total sections mo. Ayan. And you will be having this particular feature. And ito din, given ito. Okay. So what happened to this problem is that medyo tricky siya gamay, no? Because you will be given a problem, and the first question is you are going to solve for the effective depth, but yet you are given with a value of the reinforcement index. So what comes to your mind at first is that you need to solve it, based on the concept or based on the procedure of analysis for a single supported beam. But it can solve, no, or it can be solved pala, no, using the given dimensions. So this is actually what happened to this problem. Now, because tendency is, no, you cannot solve the effective depth. Kumbaga ito yung problem na to. Itong example number 4 na to. Ito yung magiging procedure mo to solve for the effective depth, provided that you have the width, the given width. No? But if you don't have the given width, then that's the time you're going to assume it. No? There's an assumptions on how to solve for the given values. No? But tendency is, yung magiging assumption mo, you will have different you have different answers. No? Different assumptions, different answers. No? Yeah. So, ayan yung magiging scenario natin. So, that is why the first problem is we are just going to solve for the moment capacities. And flexural reinforcement and support, we already know that the reinforcement index is simply equal to steel ratio Fy over Fc prime. Manipulate that one so that we can have this one. No? Steel ratio is the reinforcement index Fc prime over Fy. You will have steel ratio actual, no? Of 0.01198. And then we need to check this one based on the minimum and the maximum first. No? So that is why the next step is to solve for the minimum and maximum steel ratios. So for the minimum, we will have this one for the 1.4 Fy, and for the 1/4 MC prime over Fy, we will have also this particular value. So yung magagovern dito is ito. Okay? Yung maximum naman is using the formula, we will have 0.021. So you will notice that our actual steel ratio is greater than the minimum and lesser than the maximum. So that means we don't need the compression bar. So it will be designed using a singly reinforced beam. So using the steel ratio, non-identified area of our reinforcement, which is 600, 110 n square. So if you notice here, no, na ano siya effective depth ng 50 and width of 600 because this is given based on the section. And for the midspan naman, no, yung midspan naman, ito, you cannot use this particular reinforcement index because this is only valid at the support. So for the flexural reinforcement at the midspan, we need to solve our actual reinforcement index. So ito yun, no? So I have presented this formula a while ago. So we are going to use this since we already have our dimensions. So substituting the values, we have a reinforcement index. Magiging result nito is a quadratic formula for our reinforcement index. So we'll have a reinforcement index of 0.0814. And out from the reinforcement index, we solve for the steel ratio. And using the steel ratio, we derive our area of reinforcement. So if you notice here, wala na siya nag-aagi atong checking, no, sa atong minimum and maximum because based on the previous solution, you will have the same. No? You will have the same solution. So minimum is 0.003, maximum is 0.038338, and maximum is 0.021, wherein itong value na to is within those limits. No? So that means we are going to use this one automatically. So, and from that, we have a steel reinforcement area of 2,759 mm². So that's in this case, both of these reinforcement at the support and at the midspan, it is only sold as an area. So meaning if you want to convert it in terms of the number of bars, that's the time you're going to decide. Now, what would be the number? What would be the size of the bar that I'm going to use? Now, for example, I'll give you an example. So we have a width of the beam of 600. Ayan. Okay. So 600. So meaning if I'm going to use a cover, assuming lang, no, na ano yung atong stirrups, and ito yung magiging ano natin, no? Ito yung magiging main reinforcement. For example, if I'm going to use 16 mm, so yung number of bars ko dito is magiging ganito, no? Ayan, times 2759. Okay? Okay, so mangyari yung number of bars ko na 16 mm is magiging 13.7. Diba? So 13.722, say 14. Okay? Say 14. So just imagine, 14 kabuk maglaray dire, tendency, sunson kayo. No? Dugol kaya akong reinforcement. So that means I need to make sure that the 25 mm na clear cover is achieved. So meaning what I'm going to do if I'm going to use a 16 mm gyud, hindi ko pwede mag-adjust akong reinforcement. I should make it into 3 layer. Okay? So siguro 3 layer po ganun, no? And if it becomes 3 layer, the solution now becomes invalid. Diba? Maging invalid yung solution ko. Why? Because the effective depth here is solved. No? The effective depth is derived based on assumption that it will only be in a single layer. Parang ganito, no? Single layer siya, di ba? So, meaning, I need to reevaluate my solution wherein I need to change the value of the effective depth. So, mag-ano na sa ko, mag-solve na sa kuusap. Okay? So, that will be the actual design. No? So, ang number 2 option is pwede na ko na siya padakan. So, for example, akong gamitan og 25 mm. No? So, if I'm going to use 25 mm as my main reinforcement, tendency is yung magiging number of bars na lang na akong magamit is only 5.62 or say 6 pieces. So, this time, pwede na ako na siya arrange na rin. Unang kabuok, single layer lang. Okay? That's how the design procedure becomes that will be the concept, no, for the design procedure, no? So of course, no, as a designer, ikaw magbuot kung sa imong reinforcement and so on, no? Okay, so I have here an additional reference, no. This is a very good, I happened to watch it last Saturday night, and it's very good video, no, in explaining how to solve analysis and design problem. You can watch this one. I will give it as an assignment to you. Please watch it, no, because it will really help you a lot, no, in understanding further, no, the concept of a singly reinforced RCB design. All right. So, do you have any question, clarification? Yes, Mr. Apa. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Apa. Medyo na wala, di ka madunggan. Are you speaking na? Di ka madunggan, Nakamute siguro.
Audible kasi.
Yes, yes.
To answer now, talking about effective depth server,
Hmm.
like if kanang reinforcement with multiple layers or what's your approach sa pag
Okay.
siya?
I think we have no? We have discussed this one last time. Pero for the benefit of the question, allow me to share with you my screen.
Especially sir if kanang kwan sir unequal ang number of reinforcement
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
nabay
yeah.
approach.
Let me give you an example. We have already discussed this one last meeting, but for the benefit of the question, let me discuss it again. So for example, meron tayong ganitong reinforcement. So 0 upat and nagkuram kayo. No? And this one naman is tulo, for example lang. And dito sa taas, 2. No? Just imagine nga, siya, more din siya ngipon nga nagbulag-bulag. Straight na siya diya. Then we have these distances. Okay. Okay, so for example, this is 60, this is 30, and this is 30. So for example, this would be our reinforcement. Yes. Yes, apa. Question? Wala. Nagtoplo ka lang siguro. No? So, ayan. So, balik to dire. No? So, for example, ito yung beam natin. No? So, of course, our effective depth now will be measured from here going to here. Wherein we don't know what is this distance. No? We don't know what is this. No? Say this is x bar. Ayan, no? We don't know what is this particular distance. Ito yung magiging effective depth mo. Okay? So what we are going to do is to solve first the centroid of these reinforcements. Now, we need to solve first the we need to solve first the centroid of these reinforcements. Okay? So parang ganito, 'di ba? Ang centroid natin, yung sa statics, no? I think this is the last part of the statics is simply equal to pag area yung sigutan, that is total area is equal to the summation of area times x. Parang ganon, no? Or kung y ang akong gamiton ani, barred y, o dili 16 na naman to. So you need to solve for the area of the 16 and then to look book at the second layer and another reinforcement at the third layer. No? But in this case, assuming that all of these are the same diameters, then I can only use or kung the same lang yung diameter ani, pwede rin ako na siya ilisan o n, no? Total number or the number of bars. No? Hence, same raman po ang iyahang kuan. No? Same raman po ang iyang area. Tendency is, kung same lang good iyang area, tendency is makancel naman na, di ba? Ito, total area divided by area. Yung magiging area mo, cancel out, no? Only, ang mabilin is only the number of bars. Mag-differ siya. So, meaning I can have here y bar, total number of bars divided by n times pila din yung y. Okay? So, for example, kung magsugod ko diri, pwede na ko na siya ipat, di ba? Y, so meaning yung distance ng centroid ko going to the centroid, no, of each of the layer. So for example, yung total number, yung bio bar natin, yung total number natin dito is uh, 4 plus 3 plus 2, that is 9. So meaning I can have here 9. Okay? And then summation of all the number of bars times its corresponding centroid. So for example, yung first layer ko, ayan, yung first layer ko dito is 4 kabuok. Yung location ng centroid niya is 60. Diba? Ayan. Apat na location ng centroid is 60. Plus, ito naman, no, meron tayong tatlong layer dito sa second layer. And then, yung location ng centroid niya going to the bottom fiber is 90. That is 60 plus 30. And lastly, yung dalawang layer sa taas, wherein yung location ng centroid niya is 120. That's the time I will have a value of my y bar. Okay? So, mangyari, yung y bar natin dito is 4 times 60 plus 4 times 60 plus 3 times 90 plus 2 times 120. That is divided by 9. I will have an 83.333 mm. So, meaning, kung na ako'y total depth karon na say 850, just like ito sa to ang given, minusan na kong 83.33, that becomes my effective depth. Okay? And did I answer your again, no, balik ko dari, no. This time I am using number of bars, no, but it could be that you are going to use the area, especially kung lain-lain din siya og diameter, no? So meaning it will have different values of steel area. So for example, this is 25, ito 20, ito naman 16. So do not use the diameter number of bars for that matter. You need to really use the area of each layer. Okay? Alright, so did I answer your question, Mr. Apaap? Ano, wala mo si Apaap. Asa naman to? Any other question, clarification? Question. So if none, then allow me to check the attendance.